Hello, everybody. I hope everybody is having a wonderful day. I am because I got my camera back, so I'm very excited. So I'm back in 4K. I'm not sure how I feel about that. Never have been sure about how I feel about that, but it is what it is. So today we are going to work on a crochet bracelet. I would like it to be multiple strands if we have the time. I'm bringing this up because tomorrow I want to do a video on how to crochet around. Let me put the mat on the board real quick so you can see. Oh, why isn't this one on? So I've been reintroducing myself on how to crochet like thing around a cabochon. This one isn't bad, but I messed up the very beginning of it, and this is a really thick cabochon, so eventually it will go around like that. Would you prefer that I do that on a live video or on something that you can rewind over and over after the fact? But if I do it on a live, you guys can let me know if like you need more instruction on a certain bit or not. But then that would lay like that. And I'm not going to use this one for this beautiful purple flash labradorite. No, I'm going to get a color that goes good with that. But just saying, let me know which one you would prefer. Hello, Tammy. Hello, Chris. Kendra, Rosanna, Leanna, and Anita. Welcome. Sorry, I jumped right in. Didn't say good morning to everybody. I apologize for that. So I just, whichever you guys would prefer, let me know. And that's the way that I'll do it. And would you prefer a brighter color? If I got like a light lavender or more vibrant lavender, but yeah. I know you can go back and watch the replay after the fact. I just meant if you wanted to, if the question popped up at a specific spot, then of the process, you could ask me a question then, rather than having to leave it down in the comments or whatever else. So let me know. Also, the other thing I'd like you to know is the picture is blurry and jumping. Are you serious? Because it's not jumping on my screen at all, nor is it blurry. Man, I already had it on my list to call Google afterwards. Darn it. After the live today to get our stuff reset up. But what if I zoom in and I know you guys said that it has to do with the speed, not necessarily. Like, is that better? If I'm, oh my gosh, why is it doing this? Leanna said it has to do with my internet connection. Hold on, I'm going to try something and you guys can tell me if it's better. Oh, wait. Okay, I'm going to try to let me do what I want to do. Come over here. And I'm going to attach to the other one. Just 1 second. Okay, is that picture quality better? Sorry, I know it went like blotchy just a second ago. I can also turn up my light if that helps. But if this actually works, you guys are gonna laugh. Yes, it's better. Okay, cool. Yes. The funny thing is, I have internet through Verizon, and yet if I turn my hotspot on my Verizon phone and connect that way, then it's better. So yes, put the stone on the map. Okay. Can you see that better? And if I'm not all the way in, can you see better? Let's see. This has writing on it. Not that you'll be able to see it that far away, but if I zoom in, can you see it? Okay, much better. Okay, thank you. Good to know. So yeah, that's annoying. Because I'm either going to have to bring the modem, my modem in here and plug it directly into my laptop, or go with a different internet provider because it gets annoying. So anyways, I forget what I was saying. Oh yeah, so let me show this again so you can see what I mean. So this is a really wide tab. So I had to do several rows of crochet, of just simple crochets, but they're very early. Hello, Jenny. Okay, good. So I just need to know if you guys would rather I do this live or just do a video. Totally up to you. But I thought I'd go over a couple of things that will make it a little bit easier for that you guys can practice between now and then if you do not crochet or haven't crocheted for a long time or whatever else. So I figured I'd start with that so that you guys could get used to doing that. So you're just going to put a slip knot. Some people even just tie a knot and tie it onto the crochet hook. I don't do that. So you're just going to have it on and you go under, over, kind of twist your hook so the hook grabs onto the cord and pull through. And you're just going to keep doing that. And this is a chain stitch. It's the basis of all other crochet stitches because 95% of the time you're going to start with a chain. There are several different kinds of chain, like you can chain a row of double crochets all from this point, but it's a little tricky. So what I want to show you is that when you crochet on one side, on one side you have the little loops. On the other side you have the lines. The technique I'm going to show you, it is better to go under the single line rather than going into like the top of a loop like that. And I'll show you why real quick in just a second. Let me just go ahead and do this. And I never crochet this slowly. I always crochet faster than this. I can't believe this. That's what happens when you're live. Okay, that should be enough for me to show you the purpose of this. So, on the top of your crochet work, you will continue to have those little loops all the way across, the double loop. If you go into just one of the side loops, the bottom looks completely different. Whereas if you go to the back, you'll see that you still have those same little loops. So it's just a neater way of doing things. Okay, so for this, all I've done ahead of time, which I'll show you, is what did I do this poor cord? I just melt the very end and kind of twist it so that it makes itself into a needle. And then I pre-strung, oh, this one didn't have a hole all the way through it. I was like, why can't I get that through? So I pre-strung some beads for the first bracelet. If you wanted to do a crochet stretch bracelet, you can buy elastic cording in a whole multitude of sizes. So you would just string your beads on this like thinner elastic or this 1mm elastic. And then you can crochet it and it becomes a stretch bracelet. Just so people know. You can still add a clasp on it, but that's just if you wanted to do it. Somebody messaged me after my last one and my last crochet project that I did on here and asked if it was possible to make it into a stretch bracelet. I have not tried to do it with Stretch Magic, but now that I thought of that, I'm kind of curious to do so. So again, we're going to make a slip knot. You go over your 2 fingers, pull this under, let the hook grab on to the middle strand, and there you go. And then you're just going to chain. And I'm going to start. Actually, no, I'm not going to start with anything other than adding a bead because I'm doing a multi-strand. So slide some beads down here for me. Actually, I am going to go ahead and do 1 chain stitch just to have a little bit more of something to hold on to as I do this project. There we go. And then I'm just going to, every single time, bring down a bead, add it. Do I need to do a chain in between? Do you think that's too close together? Should I put a chain in between them? This is what it would look like if I were to. So it would be more spread out like that. I don't think I'm a fan of that, but you guys can let me know which you prefer, and then that's where we'll go. Yeah, I'm glad I did that one chain at the beginning though. I think I like them right next to each other. I think it looks better. If it would actually work, these beads are a little slippery. They're kind of like, well, they're glass beads. These, by the way, for those of you who did not get it, were part of a bead mix that came in the bargain bead box 10th anniversary bundle number 5 that we also unboxed, and then we did a wrap up a week later of this. There were several of us that all created with this bundle. We unboxed it as a group, and then we showed off everything that we did as a group as well. So you're just going to go along and you're just going to keep doing this until your bracelet is long enough. Now, like I said, I want to do, this is going to be like a multi-strand bracelet. This one is, which I haven't done a multi-strand crochet bracelet on the channel yet. But you can see it's very simple. Like you don't even really see the cording a lot unless you go to the back like that. So it's really easy and it doesn't take much time, but sometimes, as you saw, the beads can get to be a bit finicky. I just flip them up out of my way when I need to. I hope I strung. Oh, I did. There's a whole. I was like, oh no. I wasn't sure that I had strung enough. I had. I know that Becky knits, but I wonder if you can knit jewelry. I might have to ask her that. Too bad nobody's watching that has a better in with her than I do. Just kidding. Sorry, I know I'm a goofball. Okay. Pull down the rest of the beads. And you're going to obviously keep doing this until it's long enough for you or whomever you're making it for. You want to make sure that you're not crocheting so tightly that it buckles, but you also don't want the stitch to be like all loosey-goosey, but you can adjust that. Like when I showed you how to do a cinch chain by doing that. See, that one was a little loose, so I just pull it down and tighten it up so that doesn't affect the rest of the bracelet. I hope I strung enough of these. I know I just said that and was like, oh no, I did, but I don't know. Now I'm out of beads. Nope, that's enough because I'm using this big old long clasp. So I'm going to do an empty chain just like on the other end, cinch it. Then I'm going to cut my Eslon, leaving a few inches just because I want to have enough cord in order to do the knot at the end. So there is our first piece, our first strand. The next strand I want to be these white ones, so I'm just going to melt and twist again. You can see that I don't pull it out because I don't need it to be any thinner than what it is. So I'm just going to do that. And then I was trying to figure out if I wanted, I'm trying to decide something. Because I had an idea that popped up yesterday or the day before, when I was showing these off. And I thought they could kind of be, or maybe not these, but I have some little hearts, or I did. I must have pulled them out. And, oh no, is this them? Yes, this is them. So I have these little hearts that I could just put a jump ring on them, and then I could do one like in between the bicones and have them face one way like that. I'm not sure it'll work, but I'm going to give it a go because if it does work, it'll be cool. I just need to find some smaller jump rings. That is not my gold box. Here's the gold box. Are you kidding me right now? Oh, okay, there we go. I think those are rose gold, actually, which is not what I'm looking for. Man. The other thing I could do would be to do a little wrapped loop of them. Ooh, she made a beaded shawl. Oh, oh, Jenny, please send me a picture of that. I bet it's exquisite. Oh, I'm jealous. She's very good. She's very good at knitting. Okay, I don't know if this is gonna work or not, but mostly because I don't think I have the right size jump ring right here. So I would have to make some, and that takes quite a while to do. That's 22 gauge. Here's 20 gauge wire. And it doesn't take a long time to do. It's just a little tedious, but oh, really? Like I said, I bet that they're exquisite. And it's kind of cute that like she did that prior to. Okay. I don't think we're gonna need very big ones, so I'm just gonna use the second step on my 6-step bill making pliers. And here's what I'm gonna do before I go much further into this is I'm going to I'm just going to make a couple to see if the technique will work before I sit here and knock out a bunch of jump rings that we may just end up not even needing. So all I'm gonna do is take my pliers. Where are my bed chain nose pliers? Gonna put a row or a little heart on it. I could have probably even done this with the first step, but this will give us a little bit more room. See, that's why I rarely use my Zeron pliers anymore. Somebody told me that putting the liquid whatever on it does help with the slippage. So I might have to do that and see. Okay, let's see here. Let me put a couple of these on real quick. And see, you don't even, like, I know some people like to glue their ends to do it. I don't find it necessary unless you're wanting to pick up off the mat. If you're wanting to pick up off the mat, that's a different story. Okay, I'm going to do another slip knot with a longer tail so that I have that when I'm trying to knot them on the clasp. So I'm sorry, I just hit the camera too for like the 4th time. Okay, so just like last time, I'm going to start with the chain, and then I will bring my beads down. Like that, and then I should be able to put the crochet hook through the jump ring. You guys get out of my way. Through the jump ring. Come on. And then you just kind of have to go over and around it. Come on. Maybe I just put them directly on the cording. Sorry, this is completely designed on the fly. So if this is annoying you, I understand. You can watch it on the replay later when you can fast forward through this nonsense, if that's what you would rather do. Just so that you know, hi Tina, Jenny. There's actually 3 of us that do lives every morning. Randy's is at 7 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Rosanna's is 9 o'clock Pacific Standard Time, and then mine is at 11. And then if you're a member of Rosanna's channel on Thursday, there's a member only live. Randy also has some So it's just a matter of, all right, let's try it this way before I load on too many of them to see if this is going to work or if it's gonna look like a hot mess. It won't change. And we're going to bring down our beads and little charms. I don't know if this is gonna work. Those hearts are being all kinds of fiddly. Okay, then the heart. And then the next bicone. I don't know these bicones. It looks like that would work, but these bicones are much too big for the spinner cord. So what can I do instead? I have some blue lace agate, little tubes right here. What do you guys think? Or I can do just 2 lengths with just all of the seed beads on it. Kind of think. Or I can just grab my gold box and see the smallest. See, this is what happens when Heather has a bad pain day and goes to sleep at 4 o'clock in the afternoon. To wake up for a few to just go back to sleep again. This is what happens. Heather's not prepared. Okay, I do have these. You guys are giving me opinions. I'm sorry. Okay. Oh, these are 15 O's. These are some Preciosa. They are brown, and I love a good pink and brown. And then I might try to find like a darker pink to like pair up with this as well. Let's see about the Preciosa stuff real quick. Move everything else out of the way. Because, like I said, I love a good pink and brown. In fact, I actually have, yeah, I know what I'm going to do now. I just remembered something that I had. And if I can find, hopefully, I know I just use them. But hoping they're not in a messy that is my desk right now. Not just right now, let's be honest, it's always. But I'm trying to rectify that. I have some very pretty pink seed beads that I love so much. I have them in multiple sizes. And now I don't see the, oh, here they are. Oh, thank goodness. Oh. We could have an avalanche anytime now. So I love these. They're called Rose Terra. They're so pretty. And if we went, see, this is where you would want to have your ends glued to do the little ones, but we can pick up these, crochet this up real quick, maybe put a charm on it, which I would just leave a knot, like a space in the middle of it. Ooh, look at that. I cannot pick up beads off the mat using wire to save my life. But or soft flex or whatever else. But look at this. That's just funny to me. Ooh, anybody have any fun weekend plans? I know you have a show, Rosanna. Oh, I'll show you, Tina. Oh, wait. From Green Girls, she's done this before on her videos. No, I haven't seen hers. I didn't know that. I've just recently learned a little bit about Green Girls. I had not, I had like seen her stuff every once in a while on Sam's Bead Shop. He would have them during a sale, but she's most definitely somebody I would love to have on Beading Besties. Because I would love to pick her brain and know her jewelry journey and how she got into. Rosanna, what's the term? Oh, these are 6-0. We're talking about this. But I would love to know her story, like how she came to, is it called metal smithing? I think that's what it's called. I don't know. When you like melt down and make stuff. I will slow down this time. I promise, Tina. I will show you. I'm sorry. I was going too fast. I will slow it down. Sometimes I forget. Okay. I think that's going to be enough for a bracelet. If not, I can always cut the side. Okay. So I'm going to teach you. Here's how you make a slip knot. You're going to make a loop around 2 fingers. Take it off. Put the string underneath the loop. Grab it. Pull up. And then you can also pull it down to get it tighter right there. There will be a loop on it. I like to hold my crochet, the working cord, this way. Oh, sorry, I'm way too close to the camera. Sorry. So I put it across this finger and this finger. That allows me to hold it using my thumb and second finger. Much the same as I'm going to hold the crochet hook between there, and then if I need to stabilize my stitch, I can hold on to this, which doesn't allow it to cinch up until I let go of it, and then you can grab it with your nail if you need to. I find it's really only the first one that you need to do that with, but that's not always the case. So I'm going to do 1 chain, and then I'm going to bring down some beads. And then I'm just going to bring them up one at a time. And then crochet the loop around it. Like that. So I'll pull another one down. Or I'll just have one so you don't have to worry about seeing that. Again, you're going to pull this bead down. You're going to go under, turn your hook so it grabs onto the cording and pull it through. And then if it's a little looser than you'd like, you can kind of like just cinch it down to make a smaller loop on the back. All right, now I'm going to zoom in so you can see just a little bit easier. You can see exactly what it is I'm doing. So I'm just going to bring down, I'll just bring down 1 bead so I can show you. So you have the seed bead all the way down. You go under the cord, making sure that the seed bead is still down here. Then you're going to pull through the loop, and you almost have to turn it upside down, I find, to when you're putting it around a bead. Okay, my loop got too tight. Hold on. Like that. You have to be careful because your loop can get too tight, and then you just need to push the bead up, pull the loop up until it gets to be a length that works for you. So we're going to pull another bead down, and then we're going to take our crochet hook under, around, twist the hook, and come behind the bead and through the loop. And this is just a simple beaded bracelet. Oh, I'm out of frame. I'm so sorry. Hold on. See, I can either focus on the chat or on what I'm trying to teach. Sometimes it's hard to do both. Okay, so you have a hook. You're going to bring down a bead. You're going to take the bead under and then kind of twist it so the hook grabs onto it, and then point it down and pull it through the loop. If it's a little loose, you can cinch it a little bit tighter. Then you bring down the next bead, go around, down, kind of turn it upside down and pull it through the loop. I like doing this best with 11-0 and 8-0s. I don't have this color in an 8-0, and stringing enough 11-0s to do a bracelet while I'm live would take forever. So you're just going to keep going. You're bringing the loop down, up, around, kind of twist, and then point it down and through the loop. Bring down the next bead. You're going to go around, point it down, and through the loop. And you're just going to keep doing that until you have enough strung for your bracelet. And once you get into a groove and more experienced with it, you'll find this goes very quickly. I've made necklaces with beaded like this very quickly. You can put an empty chain in between it and cinch it down really tight like this, and then pull one down. And so then it looks like there's a little blue bead in between the two beads, but there's not. It's just a cinched chain. Okay. Was that a little bit easier? Wax casting. Oh, got you, Cynthia. Sorry. Yeah, Carolyn, I really like this color bead too. It's called Rose Terra, and these are Preciosa seed beads. They're not Mayuki. So, but I have these in 11-0 and 6-0. I need to order the 8-0 size and possibly even the 10-0 if they have it in 10-0. See, once you get into a rhythm, you can just pull your beads down and just go for it. All right, let's see how long this is. Looks like I'm going to have just enough beads for this strand. And the thing is you're not, once you get the hang of this, you're not limited to anything but your own imagination. There are so many different ways to use crochet in jewelry. You missed it. Just so you know, I'm going to be teaching how to crochet around a cabochon so that you can use a pendant that isn't drilled. So, and I was asking if you different ladies would like it better if I did that live or on a recorded video. All right. I think that's going to be long enough. And if it's not, I can always string. Yeah, actually, it's too long. I have a very long class. The only reason that I'm this like whatever about the sizes because it's a very long class. Okay, one more. I have also seen people who take larger gauge chain and crochet through and around it, and that looks really cool too. That's not something I've done. I'm going to go ahead and end this off with one cinched loop, just like I did on the other end. I'm going to cut it, leaving myself plenty of length for putting them together on the strand, and then I'm going to pull through and pull it all the way through and then knot that down. I'm using this clasp, which is a pretty long clasp. So that's why I'm more concerned about it. Sorry, it sounds like my chair is stuck on some bubble wrap or something. Alrighty, we're at 11:41. I think I can do one more strand. I think I want a metal one. I'm going to try something just real quick. I have all of these like dark brown bronzy. Although when you put it with other antique copper, it does tend to look like antique copper. But I wonder if I could use these and crochet around, if I can get them on and to stay on, and crochet around these to do a strand, because if so, that could be kind of pretty. So I'm going to go ahead and put like 3 or 4 on here. If I can strand them. Sorry. I'm going to zoom out a little bit so I spread out my like working area and don't go off camera as often. Okay, let's see here. Make a slip knot, pull it tight, pull down one loop, cinch it, pull down my beads. Oh, stay on. What do you guys think? I have a loose chain right here for some reason. So I'm not mad at it. Let me see. I think that'll be pretty. I kind of wish I had like a light pink cord because I think it would look really pretty with like a light pink or light pink or purple would look really pretty. There we go. For those of you who are not subscribers, I would love it if you would. And for those of you who are subscribers, I appreciate you. Also, if you would not mind hitting the like button before you leave today, that would be good. These are all things I always forget to say in my videos. I will do it for when we have guests on, and I will tell other people to share their channel information, and still I forget to say it in my videos. That probably has to do with the fact that I find it highly annoying when you're like reminded every 5 seconds to hit the like button in a video, but that's just me. I don't know. I'm a weirdo that way. Probably doesn't bother anybody else but me, but that's okay. We can all be weird together in our own unique ways. We used to tell my daughter when she was little that she was her own kind of special. Because the stuff that girl would come up with was hilarious. Okay, really? I'm trying to like roll them so that I have them where I can just go through them easier, and I don't know why. I've been trying to do that this whole time. I don't know how many of these are gonna have to be strung on to get the desired length. Probably quite a few. This might be a little unrealistic for you guys to stick around for. If it takes me 15 minutes to string all of these. This would probably be better if it was if the cording was stiff. I'll just do that. Has anyone else gotten their thing? Any of their boxes yet? Because I have not gotten my dollar bead box. Yeah, a bunch of people have already released videos. I also have not gotten my bargain bead box yet. And I normally have it by like the 7th or 8th. So I don't know if they like release them in waves with content creators like being the first ones that get them or what. Because I know that neither bargain bead box or dollar bead box have like releasing restrictions of like you can't release it until we do our official one or whatever, which I appreciate because I would hate having to wait if I was like excited. Obviously I could just do a pre-recorded one, and any design videos should I get inspired. All right, I'm gonna see if this is long enough. We're gonna go because I have quite a few on there now. Okay, slip knot, leave a long tail, although, or just pull it off like I just did and create a knot. I don't know how I just did that, but I did. Okay. One, so pull down some beads. Not quite that many. Okay, let's try this. I think the key is just going to be to keep the tension and stitch size the same. So I might need to do a little bit more of a cinch chain, which is just where you kind of tighten it after you've done the chain itself in order to get these to stick up the way I want them to. So I just do the loop as normal, but then I kind of push down and cinch the loop down. Oh, Cynthia Green Girls has crocheted jewelry. I'm gonna have to go check it out. Does she just post it online, or does she have tutorials for it? Because I would love to see that. Like, I'm always thinking of different ways that I can use my various crafting skills and put them to use in a new way. So I haven't done a cabochon for a long time. But it's basically just a couple of rows that you then go and put like the ends through and then cinch it up by pulling it tight. So this is kind of what I was afraid of. I thought I had too many, or possibly too many, but now that I'm looking at where I am, I may not have enough. But that's okay. I can cut the cording and put them on at the other side. Just leave myself out enough space to do so, to finish crocheting with it. I really like this. I like how it's like standing up. It feels really cool when you run your finger down it too. It's like the vertebrae or something. I'm a very tactile person, in case you don't know that already. So I find weird things cool. Again, we can all just be weird together, right? Normal is boring and doesn't allow you to be as creative, I feel like. Nope. So be down, go around. Okay. I might have enough to do the length I need after all. But this is one of those times in a project where you're like, where you start to kind of stress, especially if you're live. Or like me and do not edit videos. That's kind of why I hopped onto the daily live, because it's easier for me and I like the interaction with you guys. She crochets with her various gemstones. Okay, I'm going to have to go watch it. Oh, she does it live as well? Okay. Do I just look her up at Green Girls, or does she have a separate channel from Green Girls? I've made wrap bracelets that you could probably also use as a necklace, now that I think of it, because it's long enough. Okay, let's see. Where are we with our length? I'm going to need to put like 5 more on, so I'm going to pull out some excess cord and put some on from the back of it. Okay. I only think I'm going to need like 5 or 6 more, so this shouldn't take long. I got to be sure not to be late, since Rosanna already so kindly changed the time of her members live, which I appreciate. Because she didn't have to do that. But where's one of my little clippies? Are you kidding me? Okay, I'm going to have to put a knot right here so they don't fall off the end. But again, it'll just be a slip knot, keeping them on the line, because I cannot find my clippies fast enough without having annoying wrapper crackling, which does not sound good when you're watching a video later. Okay, I think this is going to be enough. Let's see. Actually, no, this one is longer than both of these. I don't know how that just happened. I obviously wasn't measuring it properly. Let's see. Nope. 2 more off. And then we will do the empty chain, cinch it down, pull it out, and let it knot. And then all I'm going to do is grab the 3 ends of the cord together, kind of like that. These aren't going to sit the way a traditional wrap would. They're just all going to kind of be together. I like it with the bronze in the middle, even though I'm putting it onto a gold clasp. Or I could make it adjustable. I think I'm going to make it adjustable. I think I want to do that more than I want to. So I'm just going to go ahead and put a larger knot at the end of this. Hopefully all my ends are long enough for me to do an adjustable bracelet. Okay, go up and through, please. No, undo that. Sorry, I need to grab my... I'm probably not going to knot this at all. Just remembered, I don't need to knot them all together like that because I did the knot at the end. Okay, so we can just gather them together and do the adjustable. Oh no, but I do need a clippy for that. 10 of clips. Oh. Oh my goodness, are you kidding me right now? I have like a whole tin of them and I cannot find a single one. Okay, that only makes it slightly harder, but. So, I hope you know how to do a slip knot. You're gonna go over the, I grabbed just another piece of the cording. You're gonna go under all of them, then over all of them. You're gonna take the other side of the cord up under the middle and up through the other side of the loop. And then you're gonna pull it tight. And you're gonna get the first half of your square knot. Then you're gonna do the same thing going the other way. Is that the right cord? I'm pretty sure it is, but I'm not entirely positive. No, it is not the right one. Okay, can you guys hear the puppies mewing in the other room? I can. Okay, over, under that cord, and I'm going to keep that cord in my hand so I know I'm picking the right one. Hold on to that, create a knot. Then you're just going to go the opposite way. You're going to go over the middle cord, up under, and through the other side, and pull it. And then you have one square knot. You're just going to keep doing that over the middle cords. Take the other side up under and through. Come on. Up under and through. This is not the best way to learn how to do square knots, by the way. I have other videos, as do many other people who are not trying to figure, not doing this with like a gazillion other cords on their bracelet. Only I am silly enough to do that. But I don't want to cut them all off yet. I'm going to figure out where it needs to be. And then I can either put beads on them or just leave them as they are. I will tell you the basic rule of macrame that you should always remember is taut, not tight. Because if you're pulling them tight, then the cords can't pull in and out that way. I could have also done a knot like I did originally, or just melted the other ends. Move up just a little bit. And just gone over and around 2 cords. But I like all of my cords being trapped in the square knot. It makes me feel like they're better protected. 1, 2, 3, 4. This will be the 4th, and then 1 more. Okay. Over, up, under, and through. Okay, is that 5? 1, 2, 3, 4. No, 1 more. And you can do as much length as you want, or as many knots as you want on your bracelet. I know that there are some people who like to do a full inch of square knots on their adjustable length. Oh my gosh, come on. My cord's a little short now, because I was trying to use excess off of one of the strands. Okay. Sorry, when I get stressed, I have a hard time. Okay, 4 square knots it is. We are going to nip and melt. You can also do this with a thread burner. Basic rule, try not to catch your piece on fire. But you just burn the end and then kind of tap it into itself while the melted part is soft, and then it makes it secure. Okay, now we're going to want to pull our various cords for each side, which there are 3 on each side. And we're going to want to pull these to where they're all as tight as they can be within the bracelet. Which this one is not pulled tight. This one had a really long end. There we go. And then now that you have them all, you're going to want to get them all to like wherever it is that you see them all come out, hold them down together and knot them. As I said a few minutes ago, if you wanted to, you could string some beads on the end of your cords if you wanted to. I'm just going to do a knot because Rosanna has a live coming up, and I don't want to disrespect that after she changed the time of her live that she's been doing for a very long time, much longer than I've been making jewelry. So I greatly appreciate that. And then you just want to pull each thread after you've done the knot to make sure that that thread itself is pulled tight as well. And then you have an option. You can either just melt, like cut these shorter and melt at the knot itself. You can melt them like this and just do like I do at the beginning and barely melt them so that they don't fray. Or you can let this fray naturally, or you can fray it yourselves. But there is the bracelet, just like that. And you can lay it how you want it. Pull it tight from the back. And there you go. Sorry. I need to stop messing with that. But there you go. Triple strand adjustable bracelet. I hope that you guys like these. Yeah, do a cord burner. The reason I don't have a cord burner right here is because I gave my son my thread one that goes on battery power, because at Becky's recommendation, I bought a chargeable one that you don't have to like worry about whether or not you have like a fan on or getting in the wrong place or whatever else. But I think that this is a very nice bracelet. I like the whole daisy spacer right there. These are 3mm. I wouldn't go much bigger than 4mm with that technique, but I don't know. I might have to test it out and see. But I love pink and blue, pink and navy blue. I love brown and navy blue. So, and I love pink with brown. So this all works out. And because it's adjustable, you can do it rather quickly. Now, I did this triple strand in an hour while trying to demo as well. So I hope that you guys like it, that you had fun. I hope that you guys will come see me again when I do the cabochon edging. Oh, yeah, when I crochet around the cabochon, to go around a cabochon, because it really is a great way. I do not do very well when it comes to wrapping cabochons. I just have not mastered the skill yet. But I have a lot of very beautiful cabochons that oh, Dorothy, I'm sorry. Hi, Sonia. Thank you, Carolyn. I'm glad you guys like it. What was I saying? I should have stuck to my thing. Oh, I have a lot of really pretty cabochons that I would like to be able to use as pendants in my pieces. And so that's why I learned how to crochet around them. As soon as I like heard the idea, I was like, oh dang, that would work. And the thing is that I'm thinking about including metal seed beads in it as well. So it's not just the Eslon crocheted, but it would be the same technique that I did here, but I would do it while doing the cabochon so that it has a metallic presence on each thing. Hi, Sonia. So it'll be fun. Thank you guys for stopping in. I appreciate it. Like I said, I'll probably do it tomorrow morning, Caroline. I'm gonna play with it some more tonight, and I will do it tomorrow at 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. But all right, guys, I really appreciate you guys all popping in. If you wouldn't mind hitting the like button before you go, leave a comment, share this with other beauty friends of yours. I would greatly appreciate it, because the quicker we get to 500, the quicker I can do my giveaway. And I want to do the giveaway. So I will see you guys all later. Thank you. As always, happy beading.